If you dipped your toes into website building, you should have heard the argument Wix versus WordPress. Both providers offer tools for building and managing any modern website, but they are absolutely for two different user groups. Which one is the right tool for you? Well, watch my Wix versus WordPress comparison and you'll have your answer by the end of it. Alright, first, let's define each tool. Wix is an online website building platform. It has its own hosting, sells domain names, and is focused on simplifying web building processes. However, it allows for more complex things like adding your own code, white label selling, and more. WordPress is a content management system, or CMS for short. On its own, it's just a free tool. You need to get hosting separately, buy a domain name, and set up emails. WordPress concentrates on complete freedom and gives you control over minute details. With this much freedom can come indecisiveness and confusion, especially if you're new to website building. But WordPress is so customizable that you can turn it into something reminiscent of Wix. So, truly comparing Wix with WordPress, I need a hosting provider to pair it with. My recommendation? Hostinger. Now, I do want to stress that there are countless WordPress optimized providers out there, and most of them are great. However, Hostinger is undoubtedly the cheapest shared hosting provider, and it allocates 100 gigabytes of storage space for your 100 website limit. In comparison to Bluehost or SiteGround, both limit you to one website and 10 gigabytes for a similar price. Oh, and Hostinger is also recommended by WordPress creators themselves, so you know your site is in good hands. The first thing that greets you once you start building a website is templates. Having a good selection of different designs negates a lot of your work. A nice looking theme might only require you to change the content. All that to say, both Wix and WordPress have the largest selections of designs out there. Wix comes out swinging with 900 modern templates. I like most of them. They're colorful, well crafted, and suitable for lots of different niches. So Wix is great, but I don't even know how many WordPress has. Not because the number is hidden, but because the last time I checked, it had over 12,000 free themes, and even more ridiculous numbers of premium designs. Everyone can create a WordPress theme. There are large third-party marketplaces or developers that offer to build custom templates for you. But WordPress is also way more work. Sure, you can use popular themes that are updated constantly, but I've had a few instances where the theme my site was built upon was abandoned, forcing me to rework my entire website. Since there isn't really any process that these themes have to pass, a lot of the time they can cause problems with specific plugins or even website structures. I'm not here to scare you. WordPress has more good than bad, but Wix solves these issues. Basically, the template here is made by Wix and regularly updated, meaning that if you can pick it, it will work with all the tools. So, if you're new and all of the WordPress stuff sounds too much, try out Wix. Otherwise, Hostinger WordPress discount links are waiting below. Or you can quickly scan the QR code on the screen. Moving on to editing. I like both platforms' approaches since they allow for so much customization. Wix Website Builder Editor is great. It has smooth drag and drop controls, gives you lots of elements to play with, and has help in the form of guides or rulers. In addition, there is a site history feature allowing you to Control-Z your way back and keep a specific web design going. Or you can start over since there is no limit to how many test sites you can have. Overall, I like how interactive the editor is, allowing you to right-click for a handy menu or drag to combine elements. And if I'm honest, Wix has a much easier way of coding. You can create simple code snippets without too much technical knowledge. WordPress is a bit more complex. It can be designed in multiple ways. The first one is old school. You pick a theme, go to customization, and change settings there, maybe adding a bit of CSS for good measure. Most themes nowadays also come with separate plugins offering way more customization, but that highly varies and can be locked under a premium subscription. There is a third way. Using WordPress website builders like Elementor, you can design your site with full drag and drop controls. Turning WordPress into Wix. Magic. Alright, if you're completely new and want to go with WordPress, I suggest installing the Starter Theme plugin and choosing Elementor in the setup. Elementor does have a premium version, so you are restricted a bit. But in general, with a bit of elbow grease, you can create anything with WordPress. And I do mean anything. Managing your content is an interesting comparison. On one hand, Wix has nearly every tool built in or available in its app store to run any web project. There's marketing, email, e-commerce, analytical, and all kinds of small things you might need. Conversely, it's nowhere near the match of thousands of plugins available in the WordPress ecosystem. With more and more added daily, you can have any feature you might want. But as with most things with WordPress, many safety things fall on you. Some plugins can be outdated, have security issues, or cause misconfiguration with others you have. Even with all the WordPress security checks, there's still a risk. That's another reason I recommend Hostinger. It has security scans and plugin controls in its dashboard. With them, you can easily deactivate bad plugins and get information on the issue to understand better what happened. Wix is its own ecosystem. While there are some unimpressive apps, none of them are outdated or cause issues, so you're a bit safer with Wix. There's basically no way to break your site by adding add-ons. Oh, a thing to mention about both tools is that most apps and plugins will have extra monthly or single fees. WordPress might offer more free alternatives for a task, but the good stuff is mainly locked over a premium subscription. Both platforms depend a lot on your needs. Is Wix good for blogging? Yeah, but WordPress would offer better controls and more accessible tools. Small online business might be better run on Wix since WordPress e-commerce plugins require much more setup. Beginner business owners will appreciate Wix SEO as it offers straightforward setup and guided help. But you can't customize it to the extent that something like WordPress plus the Yoast SEO plugin can offer. It truly depends on your needs. But WordPress with Hostinger is insanely affordable. And Wix offers a free plan, so you might want to try them out for yourself. Since I mentioned the plans, let's talk more about them. That free Wix plan is handy for testing out what this platform offers, and you can host a simple website with a subdomain. But at a certain point, you will expand or get sick of Wix ads all over your design. Then start with a light or core option if you're planning to start selling from the get-go. Now, here are a few things to know about Wix pricing. First, each plan is for one website, meaning more sites, more plans. There's no renewal price increase. The price you choose will always stay the same. However, you can lower overall fees by subscribing to a longer billing period. If you're unsure about spending money, there's an easily activated 14-day money-back guarantee. All the same things that Hostinger has, including saving with longer subscriptions and even upping the money-back guarantee to 30 days. On top of that, Hostinger is nearly 5 times cheaper than Wix. But the real kicker is my mentioned 100 website limit. There's even a simple website builder packed here that you can use interchangeably with regular hosting. Being so affordable and optimized for WordPress makes it my ultimate recommendation. Spend less, build more. That's my new motto. Before we move on, why not drop a like on the video if it helps you decide? Subscribing also helps us reach more people, so thanks in advance. Alright, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, but Wix can't be WordPress in performance. First, WordPress is mostly up to you, with many ways to optimize content and speed. With Wix, you're sort of bound to what Wix offers. There are a few extra apps you can use, but they are not comparable to WordPress customization. Okay, let's set the stage. The current recommended loading time by Google is 2.5 seconds. Performance now isn't just about the user's perspective. How fast your site is impacts your Google search result placement or SEO in general. So, to be successful online, you also need to be fast. Testing time. While I can't create the exact same website, I tried to make something similar in size. Then, I used Google PageSpeed Insight to give the best perspective on whether or not it passed the test. The website built with Wix showed okay results, lingering near the 2.2 second mark. WordPress with Hostinger, however, loaded it in around a second. Again, Hostinger with Lightspeed servers does most of the heavy lifting here, and your hosting provider might use old tech and load slower. What's more, there are also Hostinger's virtual private or dedicated servers, which allocate even more resources, meaning better speed and support for larger projects. While with Wix, you are stuck in the same ecosystem without an easy way to upgrade the site's performance. So honestly, both Wix and WordPress allow you to create any website you want. WordPress though will require more work from you and have a steeper learning curve, but you get complete freedom. Wix is better suited for beginners as it offers simple tools and a somewhat guided building experience. I left both discounts for it and my recommended WordPress host, Hostinger, down in the description. Go build your new perfect website. Hey, thanks for watching the video until the end. If you have questions about anything website builder related or just want to chat, jump down to the comments. Want to build a website with other providers? You can find a lot more videos by subscribing, like a full Wix review or a quick WordPress review. I hope you had fun and I'll see you all in the next one.